Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new. If you've not already, make sure you go and subscribe so you can see more of my videos. So in today's video, as I'm sure you can all tell by the title, I tested out Primark makeup. There's actually nothing in this bag. Yesterday me and my mum went into town and we picked up a load of Primark makeup to test out. So the first quarter of the video is a haul, and then the next 3/4 are me testing it out. But just before we get on with the video, I just wanted to say I'm trying to reach 150 subscribers by the end of the month, so I'd really appreciate it if you go in there and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So before I actually apply the makeup, I'm going to go through and show you everything that I bought. So this is the bag of the makeup, and the total price, let me just find it. The total price of everything that I got was £24.50, and that was for a full face of makeup. So that is actually a pretty good price, because if you were to go into like Superdrug or Boots, it would be way more expensive. So it's a very good price, personally I think that anyway. So the first thing that I picked up was a primer, and I've actually been wanting to try this primer for quite a long time. So this is the Prep and Perfect Glow Iridescent Primer. And if you can see, it is a really nice pink colour. It looks very liquidy though, so it's going to be quite interesting. And it's got like a pipette on the top. So this here was £4. And then the next thing was these sponges, because I normally use my Real Technique sponge, and that is I think like £7 for a sponge, whereas these are 2 sponges for £1.50. So if these work as well as my other sponge does, then it'll be such a bargain, and it'll be so much cheaper to purchase these ones. And these are the 2-pack blender sponges, and they say they're new and improved, because when I watched videos before, like a few years back or whatever, people tried out sponges from Primark. They often said they were like quite hard and they didn't expand or anything, whereas hopefully because they're new and improved, they will expand and be all soft when I put them in the water. So that is those, and they were £1.50, I think I already said that. And then the next thing I picked up was a foundation, and there were so many different foundations in the shop. There were like different finishes and all that kind of thing. And this one here is the My Perfect Colour Matte Foundation, and it says it's a natural medium coverage with a matte finish and is oil free. And I picked this up in the shade Porcelain, which I think was the lightest shade. It might be a tad too dark, I'm not really too sure. This one here was £3. And then the next thing was the concealer, and this is the My Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer, and it is a medium coverage, and that actually says that it's got vitamin E and aloe vera in it, which is really cool. And this was £2. This looks a lot lighter. These are actually the same shade, they're both in the shade Porcelain, but this one does look a lot lighter, so hopefully that will help to brighten up my under eyes. And the next thing was the My Perfect Colour Loose Mineral Powder, and it says it's got a buildable coverage, matte finish and oil free. Again, this is in the shade Porcelain, and it was £2. They did so many different powders. This one here is just like an all round, all over the face powder, but they also did loose baking powders, they did pressed powders, pressed foundation powders, they had all different types of powders. I just powdered about 500 times. But this is the one I decided to pick up, £2. Then the next thing was the PS Bronze Glow Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade Fearless, and it was £2. This was the lightest bronzer I could find. It does look quite dark, but hopefully it will still match nicely. So this is what it looks like. It does look like a really nice warm bronzer, so yeah. And then the next thing is the Ultra Glow Highlighter Powder. This is in the shade Peachin, and it was £3. And if you know me, you'll know highlighter is my favourite part of makeup. So I honestly cannot wait to try out the highlighter and see how good it is. Because I watched, I think it was Sophie Louise, and she used the one in the shade Brunch Club and she loved it. So I thought I would try out this one. Then for eyeshadow, there wasn't actually too many eyeshadow palettes that caught my eye. They did have a lot of palettes, but none of them really caught my eye or anything. So my mum picked out this one for me, and this is the Nudes Glow Shadow Duo, and this is in the shade Goddess, and it was only £2.50. There's a really nice cool toned brown, and then a shimmery champagne pink colour. So this does look really pretty for a natural eye look. And the next thing was the False Lash Queen Dramatic Volume Fullness and Length Mascara. This was £3 and this reminds me of like either Too Faced or Benefit. I've never tried the Too Faced mascara or anything, but it does look very similar to that one. And this is only £3, which is really good. And then the final thing that we picked up was the High Shine Lip Gloss, and my mum chose this one out for me. And this was only £1.50 and it's in the shade Mink Pink, and it looks like a really nice pinky purpley kind of colour, if you can see. So yeah, that looks really, really pretty. So that is everything that I picked up all down there, if you can see. So I can't wait to test all of this out. Just before I start, I'm going to grab a headband, and I can't wait to get out my Christmas one soon. Like, I can't wait to start wearing that. But anyways, I'm just going to use this one here, which is my favourite. I'm just going to put on my little cat ears, and these are so cute. I love wearing these. And we're just going to start off with the primer. So I'm just going to... Oh, I'm so bad at opening packaging. Probably should have got some scissors. Oh, there we go, got it, I think. I've also just realised on the back this says it's cruelty free, so it'd be quite interesting to see how many of their products are cruelty free. If you can see in the bottle though, it does look very liquidy, so yeah, it doesn't have instructions or anything, so I'm just going to shake it up and use it like a normal primer. I do love it when things have like a squeezy tube on them. I think that's really cool. I'm just going to squeeze a bit up. Ooh. Oh, that smells so nice. I don't know what it smells like, but it smells like something that I've smelled before. It smells really good though. So I'm just going to drop this on my face. Oh, that looks so pretty. That really is illuminating. It's like white and pink. It looks very pretty. I feel like primers are quite a hard thing to test because you can't really tell if it's worked or not until after you put the rest of your makeup on. You definitely don't need a lot of this because of how liquidy it is. You don't need too much, which is good. I'm actually going to come a little bit closer just so that you can see me a bit more up close, but I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but it does look very pretty and like illuminating. So that looks really, really nice actually. So yeah, thumbs up for me so far, and it smells amazing. So now I'm going to move on to the foundation, and I actually need to go and wet one of these sponges. So I'm going to also test out the sponges. So I think I'm just going to go for this dark pink sponge here. It does feel quite hard, but I feel like all sponges feel pretty hard when, like before you've dampened them. So I'm just going to go into the bathroom and run this under some water. I'm just going to run this under the tap and then just squeeze it out a bit and see. Oh yes, it is expanded already. Oh my god, that's expanded so much. That is now massive, which is great to see. So I find that when a sponge doesn't expand too much, then I kind of feel like it doesn't go soft. It's great that it's expanded because personally I feel like when a beauty blender or sponge or whatever doesn't expand, then I feel like it kind of is a bit too hard, whereas when it expands it shows that it's quite soft. So this is literally massive now, which is great. So you can see if I just take the other one out quickly, I know they weren't the exact same, but if you can see how much that's expanded, it's expanded a lot, which is great, and it's now a lot more softer too. So now for the foundation. Oh, they're also hard to open. I was literally just in the bathroom. I should have got the scissors. Oh, here we go. I have heard quite good things about the Primark foundations, so I'm hoping this one's a good one too. Because I don't think I've seen anybody try out this one, so it will be quite interesting to see how well it works. But I'm just going to shake it up a bit. Yeah, it's just a normal squeezy pump. And I'm just going to squeeze it onto my finger. If it wants to come out. Nothing's coming out. Oh, there you go. Okay, we've got a bit. I'm just going to start with one pump, and then if needs be I'll put on a little bit more. I'm just going to put this on my face. It doesn't feel too thick, but it also doesn't feel too thin, which is good. I'm just going to start to bounce this in and see what the coverage is like, and if I need to add another layer I will, because I did only add about like one pump. So, oh, this is actually quite a good colour match, I think. I think I'm probably going to add another layer so then I have a bit more fuller coverage, because right now it's just quite light coverage. I don't think that's because of the sponge though, because the sponge hasn't really absorbed that much. So I will put on another layer in a second. Okay, let's just put about 3/4 of a pump on there, and we'll just put another layer on top, and then hopefully we'll build it up a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely adding more coverage now. I wasn't too sure if it was going to, but this definitely added a lot more coverage. It was so busy in the Primark that we went to. It was unbelievably busy. It was jam-packed because normally we go in the mornings, but we wanted to have a little bit more reliance. We went in the afternoon and it was so busy, so we kind of just tried to find everything as quick as we could, because I don't do very well with busy places. I am loving this so far. This seems so nice. Also, I feel like as well underneath on my cheekbones you can kind of see where the primer's shining through a little bit, which is really nice. Yes, I would say about 2 pumps give it a nice medium coverage, and it hasn't, I feel like with some foundations, if you add another pump onto it, it makes it go really cakey, but this one has not whatsoever gone cakey where I've added the extra pump, which is great. And so far it hasn't gone into the creases under my eyes, which is amazing because most foundations go into the creases under my eyes within about 2 seconds, which this one hasn't. I'm definitely going to test out some more of the Primark ones, because if you can see on camera, this is so nice. I love it. This is a great foundation so far. Obviously I'm going to have to see how it wears and everything, but so far this seems really, really good. But I'm now going to move on to the concealer. I've just been rambling about foundation for 8 minutes, but it's okay. Now I'm going to try out the concealer, and this does look like quite a light shade, so hopefully it will look nice. It'll be a nice colour. It's quite a small dofer, but I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to do that underneath my eyes. And then we'll have a look and see if we're going to need any more. I'm going to get the same sponge again and just bob that in. Already I'm really liking this coverage, and the colour as well actually. Again, like the foundation, I really like this concealer. It's got a really nice coverage, and I reckon as well if you wanted to build it up you could. It's quite brightening too. It's creased a little bit under my eyes, but nothing dramatic. I'm now going to add a bit onto my eyelids, and I have actually still got a bit of makeup left over on my eyelids I just could not get off, because this morning I was filming a video for my Instagram, which you should definitely go and check out by the way. But I could not get it off, so we're just going to have to work over the top of that. But I'm just going to put a bit of concealer on my eyelids just to see if we can cancel out all those veins. Honestly, why have I never tried Primark makeup before? This so far is so nice. Yep, I love the concealer. It is so nice, and it's a really nice coverage. It's a really nice consistency. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm now going to move on to powder, and this one here is a loose, or like a loose mineral powder, and the only other loose powder I've ever tried is a loose baking powder. This one's going to be quite interesting to try out, as soon as it's like an all over the face powder. Okay, let's see. Hopefully there's a little like thing on the top. Okay. Oops. So when you open it up, it's got one of these things. I never know what you're meant to do with those things. Like, how do they work? I have no idea. Do I just take this lid off? I'm guessing I do. Oh, oh. Don't know if you just saw that, but it's went everywhere. I'm guessing you just put your brush straight into it. But I'm just going to put this on my face. I'm just going to dab it around first. I feel like with the powder it's gotten a tiny bit cakey, but I did put on a lot of powder, so that is probably why, to be honest, because I put on a lot of powder. Wait, she took a layer off. Oh my god, I'm so thick. So basically I was just watching a video on YouTube because I tried to see like how other people do the powder and see if I'm doing it right, and there's a layer that you're meant to take off. I was wondering like how else they expect you to do it, because I'm guessing when you do it like this, yeah, it just comes through and you can then just put it on. That makes so much more sense now. I'm guessing that if you use the right amount, it won't go cakey. I mean, it hasn't gone that cakey. It kind of just looks like any other powder. But that's okay because I use too much, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm now going to try out the bronzer. I'm just going to swatch it first. That feels so soft. Actually, that doesn't look too dark. It might be alright. But I'm just going to put on a little bit. There's no fallout either, which is really good, because normally with bronzers there's quite a lot of fallout, which there isn't this time. It's actually quite natural, which I wasn't expecting, because it does look quite dark in the pan. Just a little bit on my forehead just to bronze that up as well a little bit. Just get a little bit of powder on my sponge just to go underneath that. That bronzer is actually really nice and natural, which I wasn't expecting. So now I'm going to go in with the highlighter. With highlighter, I either use my Spectrum A10 fan brush or my Spectrum B06 brush. Okay, this looks like a really, really pretty colour. Just going to get a bit on my hand. Ooh, yeah, it's like a rose goldy kind of colour. Let's just see what it looks like. Oh, I can see it already. Cute. This is really pretty. You literally barely need anything. I did the tiniest bit on my brush and it made it look really pretty. I am liking this. Thumbs up from me. Next up is the eyeshadow. I'm going to do a super natural look today. I think it will go with the rest of the makeup anyway. I'm going to swatch it first. Okay, that isn't actually too dark. I thought it was going to be a bit too dark, but oh no, it isn't. It's actually quite a natural colour. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that like on the outer crease, and then let's see what this looks. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm just getting the brown on the brush, and I'm just going to like put that in the crease, and then a little bit on the outside of my lid here. When we put this up in the shop, I thought it might have been a bit too dark, but I'm kind of glad that it isn't too pigmented. I mean, normally I want things to be pigmented, but this time I'm quite glad that it isn't too pigmented, because then it's a bit more natural. I'm just going to take this Spectrum A07 brush, it's like kind of quite a short brush, and just grab the shimmer shade on my brush, and then just do it as if it's kind of a cut crease, but just with glitter instead. This is a really nice pinky colour, but it's got like flecks of gold in it too, which is pretty nice. I do actually really like this. It looks really nice, and I like it as well because it's quite natural. So if you're looking for a really nice natural duo, so I'm just going to curl my eyelashes, and these are actually Primark colours, so that's pretty fitting. But I'm just going to curl my lashes quickly. So now for the mascara. They actually had so many mascaras, but I just went for this one because it just looked really nice, and the packaging looked pretty appealing, so I just thought I'd go for this one. And I also quite like the idea of like false lash effect kind of thing, so I thought I would just try this one out. But I'm now going to open this up and see what... Oh, this does look like the Too Faced mascara. This looks like the exact same colour as the Too Faced mascara. Because I've never actually like tried the Too Faced mascara, but I've seen like the packaging and everything, and this looks the exact same. I'm going to see what the wand looks like. Why does this look kind of blue? I don't know if you can see on the wand. Oh, you can't see, it's not focusing very well, but it looks navy. I'm hoping it's not going to be navy. Don't worry, it's not coming out navy on my eyelashes. I am noticing you do have to work at it quite a bit for it to become like bold and everything, whereas with a lot of my mascaras I can just put on like 1 or 2 coats and it will already be really bold. Or I feel like I'm having to work at this a little bit more. Another thing I've noticed as well is this mascara hasn't clumped, whereas a lot of mascaras do like clump your eyelashes together or get like a little bit to the end where they kind of clump up. It's lengthened my lashes, it's like volumized them, it's made them... Just drop that. I really like it, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. Let's see if this passes the satisfying test. Yes, it does. This is the last thing I've got to try out for today. This is a lip gloss, so let's see. It's quite a purpley lip gloss, if you can see. So now we're going to put this on my lips. That glides on so nicely. It's also smells really nice. That looks really pretty actually. It actually hasn't gone on too purple. I thought it was going to be quite purple, but it isn't, which is good because I didn't want it to be too bold, so it doesn't go with the rest of the look. But it's a really nice like pinky purpley kind of nude colour. There has not been any products which I've tried out which I don't like. Honestly, I love it all. I recommend it all as well. They're such nice products. I'm so happy how everything turned out. My favourite products were probably the primer, and then the foundation, and also the lip gloss. They were probably my favourite things that I tried out. But honestly, I love it all. I think it all looks really, really nice. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing me test out the Primark makeup. If there's any other makeup you want me to test out, or just any other video ideas you've got, then let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye!